Hey there, how's it going? My name is Slade Hart, and I want to say first of all, thank you very much for signing up for these 3 free lessons. And before we get started, I want to let you know that I have a free ebook. It's 35 pages long, and it teaches you everything that you need to know in order to start out playing guitar, from the parts of the guitar, to how to play notes, to how to play chords, and how to play scales, and how to think about chords and scales so that you can understand them instead of just memorizing the patterns. So it's a great ebook and it's yours for free. All that I'm asking you to do is to watch these first 3 video lessons, and you're going to get one every 3 days, and to practice the lessons and kind of soak up the lessons before you jump in and grab the ebook, just because I want to lay out a foundation for you musically. And we're going to talk about not just learning to play guitar, but music in general, learning to play music. And in this video, what I'm going to do is I'm going to teach you a skill that's directly related to learning to play music, and we can tailor make it for guitar. And I want to make sure that you have an opportunity to practice that for a few days and really understand it before you jump in and start learning chords and scales and all the cool stuff we really want to learn. But I want to let you know, if you watch the first 3 videos, I will email you that ebook instantly, and I hope you enjoy looking at it. In today's lesson, though, let me go ahead and tell you a little bit about myself. I've been playing guitar for about 16 years, and my specialty is teaching beginners how to play guitar, and I have a special emphasis on teaching them how to play guitar by ear. So that's really what I like to teach, that's what I like to do, and I've been doing it for quite a while. I founded Slade's Guitar School about a year ago, and what I've essentially focused all my teaching now on is getting a person that doesn't know anything about music, that has absolutely, or they think they have no skill or no talent, and getting them to the point where they could really have a solid musical foundation. They can learn new songs, they can improvise, they can write songs, they can do what it is that they want to do musically, and do it with a sense of ease, a sense of understanding, instead of making it a real struggle. And the way you do that is you focus on the ear, and you focus on learning to play by ear, because the better your ear is, the better you're going to be able to learn music. And as a human being, I can tell you as a fellow human being that you already have a very good innate sense of hearing. Mother Nature saw to it that we did that for a lot of reasons, I'm sure. And we're going to use that good hearing that you already have innate within you. We're going to use it to learn music. The skill I'm going to teach you today is going to address a problem that a lot of beginners have, and I know that because I had it myself and a lot of my friends did too. That skill is the ability to hear something, like a melody, for example, and to be able to sing that melody back and sing it correctly. Now, a lot of people starting out, they have trouble doing this, or they think they do. There are certain cultures around the world where singing is as natural as, going for a walk or going for a swim or something like that. It's not something anyone really thinks about. It's something anyone can do. And I believe that that's the case for anyone, anywhere. So when I started out singing, I would sing along to the songs on the radio or something like that in the house, or if we had, a CD on the stereo. And I was always told I sang off key, I didn't sing correctly, like, shut up, Slade, don't sing anymore. And, it used to hurt my feelings. I used to think, well, God, I don't have any talent. What am I going to do? I want to be a musician. I want to play guitar. I want to play piano. I want to do a lot of things. And I felt, just because initially out of the gate, the voice is the first instrument, and if you can't even do the voice, what else are you going to be able to do? I thought I was kind of doomed. And so it took me a while before I came across some teachers with some real open minds, who were some real forward thinkers, at least in my experience, who taught me that anyone can sing, but some people have to be taught how to do it correctly. And that could be a result of God knows what. But the point was, to me, that it gave me a lot of confidence, was that anyone could learn to do this. So what we're going to do today is I'm going to show you how you can use that skill of singing and use that to learn how to play an instrument, specifically the guitar, starting out. Because when you understand that, you're going to have a sense of the importance of listening and listening closely. Because the problem most people have with singing on key is they're not listening closely enough to what they're hearing. And that's a really, really important thing. And so the exercise I'm going to give you today is going to help you do that and make it, I think, a lot easier for you to sing in tune and to really listen more closely to what you're hearing. Because when you can start to do that, then your ear will develop, and as your ear develops, it will become much, much easier to learn new music, to write music, or whatever your goals may be for learning how to play guitar. So, singing what you hear, singing what you play, That is a very vital skill. It's something I still use today, and I recommend that everybody use it no matter what your skill level, but especially beginners, because again, it will skyrocket your ability to learn the guitar. What I'm going to do today is I'm going to give you a musical example. And this example is a very famous piece of music. It comes from Beethoven's Ninth Symphony, and it's in the final movement. It's a very famous melody. I'm sure you've heard it. What I'm going to do in just a second here is I'm going to play the melody on my laptop. We're going to listen to it, and then I'm going to sing it, and I'm going to show you how, based on singing it, you can figure out how to play it. And what it involves really is listening to the melody, singing the melody, and then matching what you sing to the notes on the guitar that you're playing. And you could use this, and then we're going to build on this skill later on and teach you how to use it to figure out chords and things like that. But we're going to start simple because it's a very important point. And if you can understand this, it will have a lot of it will help you a lot in the future. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to press play. We're going to listen to the about 20 seconds of it. It's about an hour-and-a-half symphony. We don't want to listen to the whole thing right now. But I'm going to play about 20 seconds. We're going to listen to the melody, and then we're going to learn how to play the melody, and I'm going to show you how I do it. So here we go. Okay, so I'm guessing you've probably heard that somewhere, either in a movie, maybe you've listened to the symphony, gone to hear it live or something like that. Very famous melody, and I'm going to start with that too because it's a simple melody as well. All the notes are relatively close together. They're not a whole lot of leaps from a low note to a really high note and back and forth like that. It's stepwise motion, meaning each of the notes are really close to each other or right next to each other. So the first thing we do is we hear the melody, and then what we're going to want to do is sing it back. So it's da ba di ba ba da di da ba ba di ba ba da da. Okay. Now there are a lot of other notes being played, of course. You can hear the inner harmonies being sung by some of the vocalists and played by the orchestra as well. But there's a main melody that sticks out, and that's the one that's really famous, and I'm almost positive that you recognize it and of course heard it. So what we want to do is, now that we know the melody, we've sung the melody, we want to find out where the melody is. Now, I've been playing for a few years, so I can guess, da, da, that's a relatively high note compared to, the notes that would be found on like the low E string, for example. So I'm going to guess it's up here, but that's not it. Da, 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 dee, da, ba, dee, ba, ba. So what you want to do is kind of orient yourself, sing the note, and find it. Da, 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 dee. Da da dee da da ba 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 da da. What I'm doing essentially here is I'm singing the note and I'm listening to match that note on the guitar. So you have to have a good sense for what the note is. So when I go da, again I know it's a relatively high note, so I know it's going to be on the higher frequency strings of the guitar, as opposed to down here in this area. It's going to be up here in that area. So you can find it that way. Da, da. And then you just start kind of matching notes. Da, 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 da. That, da, 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 ba, ba. You sing it and you match it and you listen for the note that comes closest. Now, I'm not precisely in tune with this orchestra here, a little sharp, but, tunings vary all over the place. The point is that you want to get close enough to where you're playing the same note that they're singing, or the same note that you're hearing. And after you do that, what you want to do is use that note, da, ba, dee, and sing the rest of the melody. Da, ba, da, da, ba, dee, ba, ba. Like that. So you're singing the notes, and then you're playing the notes and listening to make sure that they match. Now again, I've been playing a little while, so I can kind of predict where the notes are probably going to be. If you're just starting out, you want to go really, really, really slowly. And a lot of people hate hearing that, but it's the truth. You have to. So you could start on this first note here. Da, ba, da, ba, ba, da, da. It's not that one. Do, do. It's not that one. Da, 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 ba, ba. Da, 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 beep, 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 ba, ba, boo, boo, ba, beep, ba, boo, boo. And what you're doing there essentially is you're using your voice as a guide to figure out where the notes are and figure out how to play the tune. Now this may be even for some, if you want to go even simpler, find a really, really simple melody like Ba Ba Black Sheep or Happy Birthday or something like that that everybody knows but isn't maybe as ornate as this one, for example. What you're going to do is you listen for it, you're going to sing the notes, and then you're going to use your voice to help you find out where those notes are on the instrument. And by doing that, well, first of all, you're making a connection in your brain that this note that you sing is here, okay? And over time, you're going to start to remember that, which is going to give you a huge advantage because you're going to be able to find notes by ear instead of having to look at the music or ask your friend or your teacher or something like that, which is going to give you a really, really big advantage. Now, if you're wondering, okay, where do I start? I don't even have my guitar tuned. I don't own any Beethoven CDs, and I don't, I don't know where to find them or whatever. Let's just think about it like this. The first thing that you want to do is you want to start singing more and opening your mouth and making noise with your voice. Specifically, hopefully beautiful music. But the point is that you want to sing and you want to start singing what you hear. And if you're playing and already playing some stuff, sing what you play as well. Because you're going to create a nice neurological connection between your voice, your brain, the guitar, your fingers, and all of that's going to lend itself to you playing better and better and making faster improvements. When people get caught up in music, when they stop improving and when they plateau, it's because they neglect really simple things like, basic listening skills. And when you start to reincorporate those into your practice, then your improvement continues. And that's what we're looking for you, is to have a continued improvement in learning to play guitar. So, first lesson for you, first step is to go out and sing what you hear. And if you're already playing, then sing what you play as well. If you want to be adventurous, try to figure out some melodies. You can, any artist that you like to listen to, go for it. And my hope for you is that you'll start to notice that you're listening a little deeper into the music, and that others around you will start to notice that you're starting to sing a little better. You're singing more in tune, you've got more control over your voice, because all of that's going to lead to your general musicality, which is going to help you learn how to play guitar. And if you decide to play other instruments, it will help you learn how to play those too. So I want to thank you very much for watching. I'm going to give you about 3 days to practice this lesson, and just come at it 15, 20 minutes a day, if you really want to concentrate on one specific time, or do it throughout your day. Just sing more and sing what you hear. Other than that, I don't have anything for you right now, but coming up in a couple days, you'll be getting a lesson on rhythm, and I'll be giving you again a very basic introduction to rhythm and an exercise that you can practice that will have immediate practical use. And remember, of course, if you watch all 3 of these video lessons, then I'm going to send you an ebook that's 35 pages long. It's directed for beginners, and it goes from the most basic elements of music and learning to play guitar to chords, 7 chords, scales, minor scales, things like that are really going to give you the opportunity to play in a band or write or whatever it is that you're really looking to do. So thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in a couple days. Until then, remember to practice, remember to sing, and otherwise take care. Thanks a lot.